Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to Zio Sabah, former U.S. President Donald Trump is scheduled to receive a briefing today from Central Command Commander General Brad Cooper on new plans for potential military action against Iran. Sources from Axios indicate that CENTCOM has prepared a short-term and powerful strike plan, which could involve targeting Iranian infrastructure, with the goal of breaking the current negotiation deadlock. The overarching aim of these plans is to compel Iran to return to the negotiating table and demonstrate greater flexibility regarding its nuclear program. Furthermore, Trump is expected to be presented with another strategy focusing on gaining control over parts of the Strait of Hormuz to ensure the reopening of commercial shipping, potentially employing ground forces. A previously discussed option of deploying special forces to secure Iran's highly enriched uranium stockpiles may also be revisited during the briefing. Trump recently conveyed to Axios his belief that a naval blockade against Iran would be more effective than bombing, suggesting he views a blockade as his primary leverage, but remains open to military action if Iran continues its unyielding stance. Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman Dan Kane is also slated to attend this crucial briefing. According to Zio Sabah, European Union Commission President Ursula von der Leyen stated on April 29 that Europe is losing nearly 500 million euros, approximately NT $18.4 billion daily duo weld OK. This significant economic drain is attributed to the Iran war, which has driven up fossil fuel costs and severely impacted global energy markets. Von der Leyen, speaking at the European Parliament in Strasbourg, highlighted that just 60 days of conflict resulted in an additional expenditure of over 27 billion euros, about NT 96.5 billion euros, on fossil fuel imports without any increase in energy supply. She emphasized that this situation underscores the urgent need for the EU to accelerate its transition away from reliance on imported fossil fuels. Von der Leyen called for a rapid shift towards developing affordable, clean, domestically produced energy supplies, encompassing both renewable and nuclear power, while respecting technological neutrality. The EU Commission plans to submit an electrification action plan before the summer, targeting ambitious EU-wide goals, along with a broader strategy to enhance energy security. The U.S. Central Command announced on Tuesday, April 28th, that U.S. Marines from the 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit boarded the commercial vessel M4 Blue Star 3 in the Arabian Sea. Marines rappelled from a helicopter to conduct the inspection. The ship was suspected of attempting to transit to Iran, violating the U.S. blockade on Iranian ports. After inspecting and confirming that the vessel's voyage would not include a stop at an Iranian port, U.S. forces released it. This incident marks the fourth commercial ship boarded by U.S. forces since the blockade against Iranian shipping began on April 13th, though it is the first to be released without seizure. The blockade is intended to exert pressure on Iran during a ceasefire. Furthermore, the Central Command highlighted the blockade's impact, noting that Iran's Chabahar port, which previously saw an average of 5 ships daily, now has over 20 vessels stranded due to severed economic trade. General Dan Kane, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, previously indicated that enforcement actions would extend beyond Iranian waters and the U.S. Central Command's area of control. The Pentagon also specified that vessels found violating the ban, regardless of their location, would face the risk of being boarded, searched, and seized. This news comes from Dash.CUN. Yonhap News Agency reports that the United States has emerged as South Korea's largest exporter of naphtha, a crucial industrial feedstock, following the outbreak of the Iran conflict in late February. Previously ranking 7th, the U.S. now supplies 24.7% of South Korea's naphtha imports. India follows at 23.2%, with Algeria, the United Arab Emirates, UAE, and Greece also significant suppliers. Before the conflict, the UAE was the top exporter, followed by Algeria, Qatar, Kuwait, and India. Yang Gi-wook, Deputy Minister for Trade, Industry, and Resource Security, stated that the U.S. became the primary source due to the ease of securing supplies. While domestic supplies are anticipated to stabilize next month, the ministry remains cautious about calling this a fundamental, structural shift, noting the Naphtha market's price sensitivity. South Korea expects to secure up to 90% of its pre-epistemial stock, warn Naphtha volumes, for May, partly by increasing imports from China. The South Korean government and domestic shipbuilders are intensifying their focus on developing ships powered by small modular reactors, SMRs, as a strategic response to global carbon neutrality goals and fierce competition in the shipbuilding market. UPI reports, these SMR-powered vessels, utilizing compact reactors of 300 megawatts or less, are deemed crucial for reducing carbon emissions, increasing cargo space by eliminating large fuel tanks, and enhancing operational efficiency with power sources lasting 10 to 20 years. This initiative is particularly vital given the International Maritime Organization's 2050 carbon neutrality target. As part of the government's K-Moonshot project, which integrates artificial intelligence and science technology, the development of molten salt reactor-based SMR ships is a key task. South Korea aims to finalize a basic design for marine molten salt reactors by 2029, begin comprehensive SMR ship design in 2032, start building vessels in 2035, and reach commercialization by the 2040s. The ministry also plans to address licensing procedures and utilize AI for virtual nuclear power plants to accelerate development, with industry leaders requesting support for specialized worker training and international collaboration on global standards. The SMR market is projected to grow significantly, from an estimated $7.5 billion last year to over $14.9 billion by 2034 per. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.